This is probably not a video that many people were expecting. I wanted to do a sort of scene/shot analysis of the SpongeBob Sweet Victory transition into Sicko mode. Now I know this is a very questionable thing to do. Why am I giving this the time of day? You guys can have your own opinion as to who should have won the Super Bowl, as to how disrespected the inclusion of Sweet Victory was, but there's one thing that I wanted to highlight that I was really bothered by yesterday, as some people might remember. With a production like the Super Bowl that has millions of dollars invested, hundreds of thousands of hours of manpower just put into this, you expect the best of the best. You can have your opinion about the halftime show, about whether Maroon 5 did a good performance as to the actual execution of the choreography, whatnot, but there's one thing that really stood out, at least to me. Now, obviously, it's very topical that I'm going to be mentioning Sweet Victory, but the reason I'm going to be mentioning Sweet Victory is because of the horrid transition from Sweet Victory into Sicko mode. I'm going to play the clip that was from the show. I want to quickly deconstruct why it's bad, and I want to show you guys my recreation of how it should have gone.
And now, a true musical genius who needs no introduction.
It's lit.
So a couple things I want to make note of. Number one, Sweet Victory is actually 122 BPM, but the introduction with the horns is 112. Meanwhile, Sicko mode actually has 2 BPMs, but the one that's used in the intro is 139 BPM. Regardless of how you put it, the way they just slapped it on top of each other doesn't mix well. Basically, all I'm asking, and it's pretty simple, is that if they had beat matched the horns, at least the implementation and the transition into Sicko mode would have actually been objectively good.
It's lit. Yeah. Going on you with the pick and roll. Younger Flame, he in Sicko mode.
Another thing I want to make note of, but it's kind of a non-point since I could easily discredit myself, is that when looking at the audio file for the recording, it does not look well mastered. Now, a lot of things could be said. Number one, this is a live performance. There was probably a lot of mixing, compression, and seeing that this was ripped and not an official, re-upload, this may have well been just, fragments of what happened when it was being recorded. But if this is actually the waveform that was, used throughout the show, because as far as I know with a live show is that there's always music being fed in. The only thing external that would be brought in would be either reactions from the audience or recordings of those singing, such as Travis Scott, who eventually does a live cover of Sicko mode. I made my own full-on mastered version of this, but like I said, this could be somewhat discredited, so the main focus is simply just that the two songs were not synced well. Anyways, if there's anything I could leave this off, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and I felt rather displeased with what they gave. NFL, either please hire better audio people or hire me. Please, I need a job, please. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed, comment what I should do next. I'm gonna go back to never watching sports ever again because that was the worst thing I've done this year. Comment down below what is your favorite sport, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.